was the hope for all who lived in my world. That's why I took your name and fought to spread that hope.
But you must realize not everything is as the legends say.
Well, I guess you are a bit different from what I imagined. It said you slew a dragon, so I pictured you as a relentless warrior. But in reality, you're calm and kind.
Ready.
And you care for your friends. And you just... I mean, you're amazing! That's what I'm trying to say.
When you put it that way, it makes me very uncomfortable.
And so humble, too.
If you say so. If I may change the subject, why did you use my name? You would make a fine leader in your own right. I'm sure people would have rallied behind you on your own merits.
I needed a strong symbol of hope. The fell dragon seized control of my world and plunged it into despair. Your name was the only one capable of raising spirits and support. As I said, Lord Marth, your legend is hope itself.
I see. Lucina, you've been through some truly difficult battles.
I have. And I think, above all others, the person who benefited from your name, well, I think it was me. Calling myself Marth gave me the courage of the true Hero King. I'm sorry. I felt the need to apologize since we first met. Even if it was to save my future, using your name was selfish.
No apology necessary. If it was that useful, I'm more than glad. Besides, I'm certain your deeds were worthy of my name.
Thank you, Marth. You have always been a great source of strength, even now.
But looking at you here, it seems you never needed my name to begin with. Judging from your strength, you will one day give rise to your own legend.
I don't...
I must do my best as well, so I too can become the Hero King you aspire to be. There is no telling what awaits me after this. I must be ready for anything.
Since I've been given the honor of fighting alongside you, I will give everything I have to bring my skill closer to yours. Even if just a little.
Let us fight with all we have, for both our futures. Fire Emblem Warriors.
Still waiting for your partner, Cordelia? Or are you on your own today?
It's just me, Lord Ryoma. I've never had much luck in finding sparring partners.
I would imagine people would line up to train with a genius like you.
Genius? I don't know about that. Actually, I think it might be that kind of reputation that keeps people away. Since I started as a knight, people have avoided me for fear I'd embarrass them. Apparently, I have a habit of winning, so now I mostly train alone.
I see.
It's better than not training at all. There are so many people depending on me. I have to be ready in case I'm needed. I refuse to let my allies down. It doesn't matter if people think I'm a genius if I can't protect those in need.
You really are a model warrior, Cordelia. Serious, smart, focused. I'm reminded of my retainers back at home, Saizo and Kagero. Ninjas.
What's a ninja?
A master of many skills. Kagero is an inspector, a protector, a strategist. And Saizo completes any task, no matter how unpleasant, with no complaint. Sometimes I worry that they don't feel their work is appreciated.
I wouldn't worry about that, Ryoma. Anyone would be honored to be working for you. I mean, I don't have a liege myself, but I'm sure you'd be a good one. I bet Saizo and Kagero love working for you.
Isn't that funny? For a second there, you sounded just like Saizo. He once told me there was no greater joy than serving a liege you respect. And that was all the reward he needed. I even think Kagero said something similar once.
They sound like happy retainers to me. Just like I said, you have nothing to worry about. They're glad to serve you.
Yes. I can only hope they know how proud I am to be their liege. Ready. Cordelia, how would you feel about training with me every now and again? Perhaps I could break you of your pesky habit of winning all the time.
Of course, Lord Ryoma. I'd be happy to spar with you.
Excellent. There's just something very familiar about you. I enjoy your company. You have the same spirit as my retainers.
It's really sweet how much you care about them. I wonder what else I'll learn about you in these training sessions.
I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. I don't have many secrets.
We'll see. In all seriousness, I'm happy I'll have the chance to get to know you better.
The feeling's mutual.
Ha!
You're not getting away with that.
Okay, you win. That was amazing, Lady Hinoka.
It was close.
No, it really wasn't. I've never met a Pegasus Knight of your ability before. Are you up for sparring again tomorrow? This is good training.
I was just going to ask you the same thing.
Then it's a plan. Well, I'd better get back to work.
Again? Come on, Cordelia. How much work could you possibly have to do?
I need to organize equipment, inventory weapons, look over the accounts.
Okay, stop. That sounds so boring. Can't you get someone else to do it?
It's my duty to do these things. I can't just hand them off to someone else. Anyway, I better be on my way. See you tomorrow.
Wait a sec, Cordelia. Training isn't over quite yet.
But I mean, you beat me.
Right. But now I believe you need to train yourself to rest.
People are counting on me, Lady Hinoka.
Yes, they're counting on you to fight. What good are you if you're exhausted? Even just now, you were having trouble with your lance. How do you think I won?
Are you sure you didn't win simply because I haven't trained hard enough? I can train and do my work too. In fact, it's my responsibility to do both.
Ha! This might be the first time I've met a warrior who works too hard. Listen, I'm just worried about you, Cordelia.
Yes.
Can't I help somehow?
I appreciate your concern, but delegating is one skill I've not mastered.
Fair enough. I'll delegate for you. First things first, I'll do all your work today.
Lady Hinoka, there are too few hours in the day. You'll never finish in time.
Then how are you going to do it? Never mind, don't answer that. Just leave it to me. I do this kind of stuff all the time in Hoshido. Seriously, my retainers are completely useless.
I can't let you...
You're not letting me. I'm doing it. Now, just laze around for a bit.
Laze around? I'm not sure I know how to do that, but if you insist, I'll try. Thank you, Hinoka. You may have a tough exterior, but you're very generous.
Oh, stop with the waterworks. Anyone would suggest the same thing. And after today, you'll split all of your duties with me, okay? We work together, we rest together. That's that.
By your command. In the meantime, I guess I better go figure out how to laze. Lady Sakura, are these the herbs you were looking for?
They are. I couldn't find any when I went looking earlier. I hope you didn't go to too much trouble.
Not at all. I just happened upon them. And I'm always happy to do you a favor, Lady Sakura.
How sweet of you to say. You remind me a lot of my retainer, Tsubaki.
Really? How so?
Well, you do kind of look similar, but it's more than that. It's more like your auras, that's it. You're both so positive. And everyone always talks about what a perfectionist he is. Just like you.
I don't know if I'd use the word perfectionist to describe myself.
Then there's the fact he's such a hard worker. I don't think I've ever seen him sit idle. It's a little worrying sometimes, the way he pushes himself.
It sounds like he holds himself to very high standards. I suppose I can sympathize with that impulse.
See? You're not so different. Oh, but that means I have to worry about you too, doesn't it? Not that it's not a good thing to want to be perfect all the time. It's just, if you push yourself too far, you could hurt yourself. And the last thing I want is for you to get hurt, Cordelia. You and Tsubaki both mean so much to me.
Lady Sakura, don't get yourself so worked up. I know my own limits. Come to think of it, I had a similar conversation not too long ago. Someone told me that I could learn to ask others for help a bit more often. Of course, being me, I immediately set out to get better at asking for help. But now, thinking back on it, I'm starting to wonder if I kind of missed the point.
Maybe a little. I'm sure your friend didn't want you to feel like you had to try even harder. The reason I, and perhaps your friend want you to reach out to others, is not because you need to be perfect. You're perfect the way you are.
Oh, Lady Sakura. Thank you. You've cleared a few things up for me. Good thing I found those herbs, huh? Hey, next time you see Tsubaki, you should say the same thing to him.
Good idea. I do want him to know how important he is to me.
Since he can't be here, I hope you'll consider me a suitable replacement.
I have no doubt that you are. But don't overwork yourself, okay? Not on my account.
Yes, Lady Sakura. I promise to ask for help if I need it. Happy?
Yes, I'll look forward to it.
Cordelia, is something the matter? You're looking at me a little funny.
Oh, I am? Sorry. It's just that your movements are so similar to Crom's. It's kind of mesmerizing.
Really? In what ways are they similar?
Well, for example, you sheathe your swords exactly the same way.
That's quite specific. Is there anything else?
The way you use your finger to turn the pages of a book. And how you both slice meat to such a deliberate thickness. The number of times you blink and... oh, the way your hair twists into cowlicks.
I had no idea you were watching my father or me so closely. I suppose I should be grateful. I never noticed little details like that. So if not for you, all those quirks we have in common would have escaped me.
How funny. Every time I look at you, I can't help but see traces of your father.
Do you think that means one day I could be as amazing as he is?
You're already amazing. Like I said, you two have a lot in common.
I understand that we have a lot of the same habits, but he's a man of character and an amazing swordsman. I'm eons behind him.
You have nothing to worry about, Lucina. Greatness is in your blood.
I don't know. We're technically the same age, and look at him. He's perfect.
Your father's anything but perfect. Even he'd admit that. Besides, you shouldn't obsess over being perfect. I learned that from Crom. Everyone has their shortcomings. That's why we need and must support our allies.
Yes, that makes sense. And it takes some of the pressure off. I do always try my best to be a sufficient and reliable ally.
You are. Our friendship has already been a source of strength for me.
Really? That's so good to hear.
Lucina, you're young, smart, beautiful. Keep working hard and you'll be fine.
Beautiful? That means a lot coming from you. You're the most beautiful woman I know. I'm sure my father feels the same way.
You think so? Not that I care or anything. I guess it's nice to get that confidence boost.
I can't imagine you needing a boost of confidence. But if you ever do, I hope you know I'm always happy to sing your praises.
Thank you, Lucina. I think we both have plenty to be confident about.
You know what? I believe you're right.
You look nice today, Cordelia. But then you always look beautiful.
Oh, thank you?
You even make crushing an enemy look ladylike. I don't know how you do it.
You want something, don't you?
Not at all. I just think you're amazing. And I hope one day I'll be as beautiful a lady as you.
You keep using that word beautiful. I'm not sure the description really fits me.
Of course it does. Honestly, I think it falls short. Even my brother thinks so. He's always going on and on about you. How you're a hard worker, talented, on and on. He really likes you.
Huh? He likes me?
Maybe he used the word admire. One of the two.
Ah, so he respects me. Yes, that makes more sense. In any case, I'm honored to receive Crom's praise. Thank you.
No problem.
You know, Lissa, your own hard work hasn't escaped my notice.
Yeah, I guess I try hard at stuff.
It's just one of your many wonderful qualities.
Really? Like what else?
Like just now. You're so excitable and sweet and innocent.
But that's all little kid stuff. I want to be a mature lady, like you. You know, smart, kind, generous.
Well, you're those things too. I think you're just as strong as me.
Really?
Of course. Every day you remind me more and more of Exalt Emerin. Your strength, your kindness. I'm reminded of her every time I look at you.
I don't know. We're so different.
Maybe, but you're still sisters. You have more similarities than differences.
You know what? You're right. But even apart from that, you're still my #1 role model.
Then I will try to be a lady worthy of your admiration.
I can't wait till I'm a beautiful lady like you. Then we'll be best friends.
Oh, Lissa, we already are. Lady Sita, I finished polishing your equipment. I also took care of the fitting.
Oh, why thank you, Cordelia. I hope you know that you don't really need to do all that for me.
I do, but I can't help it. You're my idol. You're Lady Sita, the legendary Pegasus Knight.
Legendary? That's a little excessive. The only legend I've ever associated myself with is that of Prince Marth.
Don't be so modest. You soar with perfect grace. Your shadow alone inspires fear in your foes below. And your kindness has swayed even the hearts of your enemies, they say.
Now you're exaggerating, though I appreciate the compliment. You command a great deal of respect as well, Cordelia. I'd love to possess your bravery, skill in scouting, organizational abilities.
Really? It's an honor to hear you say that. Would you mind if I asked you something, Lady Sita?
Of course not. What would you like to know?
I heard this legend. It was about 3 Pegasus Knights, sisters. It said they could join forces and perform a powerful special attack. Would you happen to know of them by chance? I believe they lived in your time.
Are you speaking of the White Wings of Macedon's Pegasus Knights?
So they do exist! I've wanted to learn their technique ever since I heard the legends.
I've seen them use the maneuver you're talking about, but I'm sorry to tell you, I never learned it myself.
Oh, so you probably wouldn't be able to teach it to me then. Unless... well, you have seen it, right? Maybe you could recreate it.
Maybe. However, you need 3 people to perform the move, like the sisters.
You, Lady Hinoka, and I are all Pegasus Knights. We could do it. We'd simply need to learn how to harmonize our movements. Don't you think it would be worthwhile to at least give it a try?
I suppose. I guess I never really considered it before. But why not? I think our bonds are strong enough to make it work. I must say, your passion is infectious, Cordelia. Let's find Lady Hinoka and get started right away.
Really? I can't believe that I get to learn this move alongside my idol. If we do manage to pull it off,
Roger.
It'll be like achieving 2 lifelong dreams at once.
Fire Emblem Warriors.
Leanna, is something wrong?
Corin! No, it's nothing.
Really? Because it didn't sound like nothing.
I guess I'm just a little preoccupied.
What's on your mind?
It's no big deal. It's just, I feel like my brother and I are so inexperienced. You're all fighting this war for our
Ready.
kingdom, and we're barely helping.
I'm
How
gone.
can you say that? You two are clearly giving this your all.
We are, but our abilities pale in comparison to everyone else's.
Of course you feel like underachievers. Look who's on your team. Oh, that came out wrong, didn't it? I just mean, don't compare yourself to others. Because the strength of your allies is your strength too.
You think? I know I should be grateful that you all are here in the first place. I just can't help but wonder what would have happened if you weren't.
Let me ask you this. Do you think our being sent here was simply coincidence?
What do you mean?
Every decision you've made, every action you've taken has led to this very moment. I don't think the fact that we're fighting together is a coincidence at all. Your will is what set our fates in motion. We're here because of you.
You really believe that, Corin?
Of course I do. There is a drawback, however. Our time together will, unfortunately, be brief.
I know.
I really wish we could be here to see how everything turns out in your kingdom. But only you and your brother can carve out its future. I know deep in my heart that you will succeed. You're getting stronger every day. Your kingdom will thrive under your leadership.
Thank you, Corin. I'll do my best.
I feel so silly talking to you like this. I'm hardly in a position to give advice. There's a lot I could learn from you and your brother.
What could you possibly have to learn from us?
Don't laugh. You may not always get along, but you have each other's respect. I hope that in the future, Nor and Hoshido can coexist in the same way.
I'm sure you'll make it happen. Everyone in your families loves you so much.
Oh, I know. They won't let me forget it. But I appreciate your confidence in me.
And yours in me.
Hey, Ryoma. What are you up to?
I was just meditating. It is a type of Hoshidan mental training.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's fine. Would you like to join me?
What does it accomplish?
It will nurture your concentration and patience, and help you quiet your mind.
Well, it certainly sounds useful. And you can show me how?
Of course. First, sit. Now, cross your legs and rest your feet on your thighs.
Oh! Ow, ow, ow! It hurts! My ankles feel like they're going to snap.
Such a flair for drama. I would expect nothing less from a first-timer. Cross your legs like this instead. This is not physical training after all.
What is it? You mean like this?
Exactly. Very good, Corin. Now, just hold that position.
Got it!
Typically, you would meditate to lose yourself, but we've spoken so little. So let's talk. How are you doing? Is there anything troubling you?
I'm not a kid anymore, you know? I'm doing fine. Everyone is kind to me. And what's better is I'm able to spend time with family, like you.
I'm glad to hear that.
Speaking of, we haven't had much time to talk since coming here.
Then we'd best make use of it. Tell me about yourself. Whether it's about you, what happened in Nor, or how you feel about Hoshido.
Oh, there's so much I want to tell you. But I want to hear about you as well.
Where's the bad
I'd be happy
guys?
to tell you all you want. The rest of the family is eager to talk too.
I look forward to that, Ryoma. I hope we can all get together soon and just chat for hours.
I'm sure everyone would enjoy that. Corin, you are truly an irreplaceable part of our family. Let us be ever ready to support each other.
Thank you, Ryoma. I'll be sure to do my part.
Well, let's call it here for the meditation. You can relax now.
Whew. It's finally over. Oh, but my leg's asleep. Ow, 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 ow.
Now that is what meditation is all about. It will get easier with training.
Don't just laugh, help me up. You just said we should support each other.
Okay, here you go. But let's talk again sometime soon.
Maybe not exactly like this, but talking to you was pretty relaxing.
It allowed me to clear my head as well. I'll look forward to our next session.
Hey, Xander, look at those rabbits. I think they're a family.
Where? Oh, I see them. I don't think I ever saw those in Nor.
Oh, and look at the plumage on that bird. Remarkable.
Well, it seems you're becoming quite the naturalist.
I guess you could say that. Or I'm just making up for all those years in Nor. You know, this might sound odd given our situation, but I'm happier than ever. I missed so much being trapped in an ancient fortress.
I feel different here too. But I wasn't confined in Nor like you were. I am happy to see you in such high spirits.
I could say the same thing about you. In Nor, you always
Very
look
well
so
done.
dour. Whenever I saw someone with that look, I told them to stop feeling so Xander.
Oof, really? I had no idea. I always thought I was in a reasonably good mood.
You just always seem to be frowning.
Well, I always strove to display an air of dignity. When I was much younger, some visiting dignitaries told me I appeared casual. The implication being that I was not behaving like a firstborn prince.
So, your serious demeanor was a reaction to that? I suppose you also must have been exhausted from all your training.
In fact, that was because I was hurrying to get to your fortress.
You hurried to see me? It wasn't like I was going anywhere.
I know you're teasing, Corin, but it is still a sensitive subject for me.
I'm sorry, Xander. I didn't mean to cross the line. I'm just happy to be able to wander beyond old castle walls. All my life, you were this stern presence. But now, I finally feel like we can have a normal relationship.
You're right. I must relinquish the stoicism I held for so many years.
There's no Nor or Hoshido in this world, Xander. We're free from that conflict and hatred.
I never realized how much that must have weighed on you.
I'm sorry, Xander. It's just that I think we could all stand to lighten up a bit.
By all, I assume you also speak of those from Hoshido.
Yes, absolutely. We should put aside all of our differences, don't you think?
Because it is you asking, I will consider your request.
Thank you, Xander. Shall we get started with a quick visit to the Hoshiden tent?
You're going to need to give me a little time to get used to this.
Oh, come on, brother. What could possibly go wrong?
Do you have a minute, Corin? I've been wanting to talk to you. Tell me, do you believe our choices are really ours to choose?
I'm not sure I follow.
Are our decisions our own, or do you think they're already made for us?
Well, that's a terrifying prospect. What's gotten you thinking about this?
I'm not really sure. I guess the idea of destiny has just been on my mind. And I can't shake the worry that my feelings and impulses aren't my own.
Well, I've always believed that my choices are mine and mine alone. Like, fate is just a series of paths one can take, but it's up to you to decide which. So my future is still guided by will.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying.
And if some godlike being thinks she can tell me
I'm
what
gone.
to do, I'm gonna find her and put an end to her hijinks.
You don't think she'd see it coming? She'd be a god after all.
So it's not a perfect plan. Anyway, what do you believe?
I would like to believe that I do more than just choose a path.
What other option is there?
To build my own. I don't want to be at the center of many ever-branching paths. I want to carve out a single path for myself as I go. In short, I want to be the architect of my own fate.
I can see how that idea might be appealing, but I can't help but believe that my will serves something bigger than myself.
And I can only hope that the opposite is true. I guess choice plays a different role for you than for me. Think about it. I'm a tactician, you're royalty. What can we do but try to play the hands we are dealt?
Nothing, I guess. Though we do agree on one thing, that our decisions have consequences. Your perspective has me thinking, though.
Well, if you're ever in need of a different point of view, I hope you come see me. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's overthinking outcomes.
Excellent. I'll offer you the same service. Maybe I'll convince you to take a pre-made path every once in a while.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad. I look forward to more philosophical debates in our future, Corin.
Me too.
Do you have a minute, Corin? I've been wanting to talk to you. Tell me, do you believe our choices are really ours to choose?
I'm not sure I follow.
Are our decisions our own? Or do you think they're already made for us?
Well, that's a terrifying prospect. What's gotten you thinking about this?
I'm not really sure. I guess the idea of destiny has just been on my mind. And I can't shake the worry that my feelings and impulses aren't my own.
Well, I've always believed that my choices are mine and mine alone. Like, fate is just a series of paths one can take, but it's up to you to decide which. So my future is still guided by will.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying.
And if some godlike being thinks she can tell me what to do, I'm gonna find her and put an end to her hijinks.
You don't think she'd see it coming? She'd be a god after all.
So it's not a perfect plan. Anyway, what do you believe?
I would like to believe that I do more than just choose a path.
What other option is there?
To build my own. I don't want to be at the center of many ever-branching paths. I want to carve out a single path for myself as I go. In short, I want to be the architect of my own fate.
I can see how that idea might be appealing, but I can't help but believe that my will serves something bigger than myself.
And I can only hope that the opposite is true. I guess choice plays a different role for you than for me. Think about it. I'm a tactician. You're royalty. What can we do but try to play the hands we are dealt?
Nothing, I guess. Though we do agree on one thing, that our decisions have consequences. Your perspective has me thinking, though.
Well, if you're ever in need of a different point of view, I hope you come see me. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's overthinking outcomes.
Excellent. I'll offer you the same service. Maybe I'll convince you to take a pre-made path every once in a while.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad. I
I look forward to more philosophical debates in our future, Corin.
Me too.
Excuse me, my lady, but are you doing your own laundry?
Yes, I thought I'd give it a try. It's not going very well.
Is that so? Here, let me have a look. So, with thick clothing, try folding it like this as you rinse.
Ah, that works so much better. It's the first time I've done laundry, I'm afraid. I've always just left it to Flora, or Felicia, or Camilla if she was visiting. But I thought I should take it upon myself to learn household basics like this.
I take it Flora and Felicia were your retainers?
Actually, they were primarily maids. Strictly speaking, Jacob was my retainer. And I've almost forgotten Gunter, a knight and a mentor of sorts. Yeah. So you can see I'd love to learn how to be a bit more independent.
Well, I'd be happy to share my knowledge with you, Princess Corin.
Great! So what's first?
Well, we could spend a bit more time mastering the art of laundry.
Oh, there's an art to it? Very well. Teach me.
Certainly. Now, stain removal is a key skill for any wartime launderer. Begin by wetting the stain with water, and then pinch and rub it. Go on, give it a try.
Rub the stain with my finger? Like this? It's not doing anything.
Try using your whole hand, like this. You see?